Live on your side. Good Day Alabama starts right now.
A shooting investigation at Troy University after the football season opener game. How police responded after one person was injured.
And officials on the scene of several accidents this Labor Day weekend. How a man riding a four-wheeler was injured and survived in Chilton County.
I want to stress fighting, parents fighting, interacting with children who are fighting, encouraging children to fight, that is not normal.
And more details on multiple parents arrested after police say they were actually encouraging a fight between minors. How Birmingham's housing authority is reacting to the fight on one of their properties, what police are saying about it. Good morning, everyone. It is Labor Day, and we're glad you're with us this morning. I'm Janice Rogers.
And I'm Destiny McKeever in for Mike Dubberly this morning, and certainly a nice morning to start off with you all.
Yep, any day is nice though, isn't it, Megan? Good morning.
It sure is. Another day that the good Lord opens our eyes. We are blessed for it. It is now 5:31, and today is the first day of meteorological fall, but real fall starts where the season begins. So astronomical fall begins in 21 days, but it's not going to feel like it. I mean, we're going to be warm. We're going to be back in the mid 80s. Which is actually a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. Average high sits right around 89 degrees. In Talladega County, Oak Grove, we're sitting at 65. Conditions fairly quiet. We've got some light patchy rain maybe just north of the city of Heflin. This is along I-20 in Cleburne County. And then you've also got just some patchy light showers up and through portions of Jefferson. A lot of this may not even be touching the ground. And if it is, it's very more like spit than anything else. So 65 in Jasper, 70 in Birmingham. To Hoover, we're in the mid 60s back through the Ooses between Coosa and Tallapoosa County. As you get out the door, look, by lunchtime, I think we'll be back into the low 80s, mid 80s this afternoon with an isolated chance for a shower for Labor Day. Better rounds of rain Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll talk about where and when coming up next. Janice.
Thanks, Megan. New this morning, questionable messaging on some electronic road signs along I-65 North in Shelby County. The signs read, "Keep America American, patriotfront.us, and deport invaders." This is near mile marker 230, just south of the Saginaw exit where construction starts. WBRC did reach out to the Department of Transportation about the messaging. We're still waiting to hear back.
Well, this morning, a shooting investigation is underway at Troy University, and the campus police department confirms a female was shot in the foot Saturday night near the school's fitness center. This happened around 9:30 after Troy defeated Nichols State in their football season opener. University officials advised students to avoid that area. They did issue a campus safety alert, but the campus did not have to lock down. The victim is expected to be okay, but no arrests have been made.
Auburn University's campus safety and security sending out a safety advisory after receiving reports of students who believe they were involuntarily given a drug both on and off campus. Now, symptoms include the loss of feeling in limbs, vomiting, dizziness, a loss of memory. Campus security asking students to get medical attention immediately so that they could be tested, at least within 3 days of believing that they were given the drug. Authorities say they are looking for evidence of a date rape drug.
Well, troopers are investigating a deadly crash in Talladega County. This happened Sunday morning on Highway 21. Officials say 51-year-old Demetrius Pope was killed when his car collided with a van. Pope died at the scene, and the driver of the other car was taken by helicopter to UAB for treatment. No word on their condition at this time.
Also this Labor Day weekend, a man in serious condition or seriously injured from a four-wheeler crash that happened in Chilton County. This was the scene between County Road 102 and County Road 73 there Sunday morning. The Chilton County Sheriff said a deer ran in front of a four-wheeler and the victim was thrown from it, hitting the pavement. The man was airlifted to the hospital for treatment. The extent of his injury is not known at this hour. Marine Patrol investigating a jet ski crash too that injured a 12-year-old on Lake Martin. This is in Elmore County. Officials say that the child was driving the jet ski while pulling another 12-year-old on a kneeboard. Officials say the driver hit a causeway, went airborne, and then landed on the roadway. The child on the kneeboard had let go of that rope, so they were not injured. No word on the victim's condition.
We do have an update this morning about the fight between middle schoolers that led to the arrest of 4 adults. Well, police say these 4 parents here on your screen encouraged the kids to fight at Tom Brown Village Housing Community. Officials also say the fight was caught on video and then shared across social media. Now the Housing Authority of Birmingham is speaking out, condemning what happened and stressing their zero tolerance approach to violence.
In the last 3 years, crime has gone down beyond 50%. It's dropped 50%. If you commit crime in the Housing Authority, whether you're a resident or a guest, you will be dealt with. You will be held accountable for your actions.
Well, the Housing Authority is also planning additional outreach to remind and educate their communities on their zero tolerance approach to violence, as well as different resources they have to offer. An update now on the distemper at the Greater Birmingham Humane Society. Several dogs have been cleared for adoption. The group paused adoptions at its Snow Drive facility on last week because of a distemper exposure. The Humane Society also says if you adopted a dog from the Snow Drive location within the past 2 weeks, you should watch out for symptoms like fever, coughing, or being tired. If you notice any of these symptoms in your dog, you can contact the Humane Society for testing and treatment.
Here are some traffic alerts for the week for some of you that will continue tomorrow night in the Highway 280 area. They're widening an area of that roadway there in Birmingham. Crews are adding a 3rd lane in each direction. This is between Shades Crest Parkway and I-459. The work starts tomorrow from 7 in the evening to 6 a.m. Should wrap up by Thursday morning. That is one of the busiest stretches of 280, and the widening, they say, will clear the way for crews to start on the median.
Just ask that motorists be patient through the construction period. I think everybody will be happy once the project's completed, and just ask for their patience during the construction.
AlDOT says once it's all finished, Highway 280 should be safer and help cut down some travel times in and out of Birmingham. Also an update on work happening at the Highway 119 Thompson Road intersection. This is in Alabaster. Starting Thursday, crews will be paving those turning lanes there and installing a concrete island around it. City leaders say that you should expect some lane closures if you travel in that area. The work is scheduled to end on September the 15th. Well, you don't have to limit the season of giving to just one time of year, like many of us do. Several groups came together to host a special giveaway while it's still summertime. Kelvin Reynolds joins us now with more on that and who it's going to benefit. Hey, Kelvin. Good morning, my friend.
Hello there, Janice. Good Monday morning to you. You're right. A lot of people coming together to make sure that kids have something not to go under the tree, but to take home with them while it's still summer. Several groups coming together to host a recent toy giveaway. Now, this happened at the New Dimensions Worship Center in Northport, and it was a drive-through event too. Toys for Tots, Good 360, as well as Rehoboth teamed up to make this event happen. Toys were placed in bags and arranged by age and either for girls or boys. And kids also had to be present with an adult to be able to get one of those gift bags to take home. Now, this was part of an ongoing COVID relief effort, so organizers used a drive-through to make sure it was as safe and efficient as possible.
It's our mission to serve people. We understand that people go through things in life, and you just never know when something might happen. Sometimes we need help, and then sometimes we just want to do something to please others.
I got a chance to talk to organizers. They say they had as many as 200 toys to give away during that particular event. It's also one of 2 different toy giveaways that they put together each year. Your reporter, Kelvin Reynolds, WBRC, 6 News on your side.
Thank you, Calvin. A local man with multiple charges, including rape and human trafficking, pleading guilty. How long he'll be behind bars? That's after the break.
Plus, we have the latest on the suspect in the shooting case of a Scottsboro police officer. Stay with us.
Good morning. Welcome back in. It is now 5:42 Labor Day morning. And last week, you probably heard me hinting that we may see a little bit of a cooler snap Wednesday into Thursday. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see that big drop in temperatures this week, but according to the Climate Prediction Center, and of course what we'll be talking about is we'll actually be running technically below average. For the next 7 days, high temperatures are going to be below 89 degrees. The closest day that we could get close to that number is on Friday, as highs top out into the upper 80s. With today being September 1st, look at how the rest of the month plays out. We'll be back falling with high temperatures nearing 80 degrees by the end of this month. And for morning lows, look where they go. We fall back into the low 60s by the end of this month. But we may get a little bit of a treat, not this Monday, but next Monday. We may see those morning temperatures fall back into the upper 50s as a bit of a boundary comes through over the course of the weekend. That may reissue some cooler, drier air in the mix. We'll talk much more about where we head for the rest of the afternoon and the risk for rain this week coming up here next. Janice.
Thanks, Megan. Police are searching for a person they say shot and killed a man on Birmingham's west side. It happened just after 10 Friday night on 6th Lane. This is in the Central Pratt community. Officers found 41-year-old Robert Mitchell lying in a grassy area next to a home. They said they tried life-saving measures until firefighters arrived, but Mitchell later died at the hospital. So far, no arrests have been made, but police ask anyone with information to come forward.
An update now to a story that we first brought you in 2022. A Leeds man accused of trafficking and raping multiple women is now pleading guilty. George Clark was sentenced 20 years in prison on rape charges. According to the Leeds Police Department, Clark agreed to plead guilty to these charges if 2 additional rape charges and human trafficking charges were dropped. The sentence will be served as a 5-year split, which means he will likely be out of prison in 5 years or less. Clark was arrested back in 2022 after police found 3 women inside of his home on Philadelphia Street in Leeds. Authorities believe there are more victims to this case, and Leeds police say if you want to come forward with any information, you can reach out to them and certainly provide that information. A man from Clanton is accused of raping and sexually abusing a child under the age of 12. Chilton County deputies arrested Roy Wampler on Wednesday. As of this morning, Wampler is being held without bond.
An update now out of North Alabama. An upcoming court appearance has been waived by a man accused of shooting a Scottsboro police officer. Daniel McCarn was arrested in July after a 24-hour manhunt. Investigators say that Scottsboro Police Lieutenant Derek Ports was shot by McCarn following a car chase. On Wednesday, a preliminary hearing was scheduled for McCarn to go before a judge. His attorneys told the judge that they will allow the case to move forward to the grand jury instead. Still unclear how long it could take, though, before the case does go to a grand jury. Destiny?
All right, this is breaking overnight. New images of the aftermath of a deadly earthquake in Afghanistan. What we know about the damage and deaths so far.
Well, good morning and happy Labor Day. If you're now up and at it, it is now 5:48, and the weather for us right now fairly quiet. We've got a sprinkle or 2 over in the Cleburne County area, just north of the city of Heflin. But overall, I mean, I'm telling you, I think things are fairly quiet. We are going to be looking at the opportunity to see a few isolated showers today by 8 o'clock. A good mix of sun and clouds. Look at the timestamp, right around lunchtime. So maybe you want to get out and about. Maybe the day off, you got to go run errands, taking the kids to the pool or the park. Listen, it's going to be a quiet day for many of you. Highs will be topping out in the low and mid 80s in East Alabama, mid to upper 80s in West Alabama. And again, risk for rain is fairly small. Confined today only at about a 20% chance that you will see a shower even between, I'd say, lunchtime and about the time you go to bed. Tomorrow, widely scattered showers along and north of Highway 278 and into West Alabama. Wednesday, a boundary comes in, and that's going to really spark some more rain in the mix. And we may even have to call for a first alert weather day on Wednesday due to the increase of showers and storm coverage. By 1 o'clock tomorrow, look at the rain risk, especially along and north of 20. You'll be dodging some heavier pockets of rain, maybe some thunderstorms as well through about 5 o'clock in West Alabama. Once the sun goes down, really the conditions are going to remain fairly quiet. We actually have winds coming out of the east as opposed to the northwest, and that really kind of depicts how this will all play out. By Wednesday morning, heavier pockets of rain 5-6 a.m. in northwest Alabama. This boundary gets closer to us, and by 10 o'clock, we'll be dodging some heavier rounds of rain, maybe some strong gusty winds and some storms. So again, Wednesday may have to be a first alert weather day as it may impact many people across the state with the rain and visibility issues. As far as totals go over the next 7, you're looking at maybe a 1/4 of an inch to about a 1/2 inch of rain. This morning, waking up to a mostly fair sky in Talladega. We're sitting in Oak Grove at 65 degrees. First alert AccuTrack radar quiet at this hour. In fact, that one shower in Heflin, that radar beam is well up into the sky, so really don't think it's picking up on much. 60 in Hamilton, we're at 69 in Birmingham, 70 right now in Tuscaloosa, and Labor Day itself, low 80s by lunchtime, high temperatures again, low to mid 80s in East Alabama, mid to upper 80s in West Alabama. Grilling tonight looks fantastic. A stray shower possible, temperatures falling into the 70s. We're going to talk much more about the tropics when I see you here in the next half hour, but keep in mind, again, Wednesday may have to be that first alert weather day with showers and thunderstorms numerous at times. And then over the weekend, I've got it fairly dry, and then we could see some 50s early by this time next week.
Now to some developing news this morning. More than 600 people are believed to be dead after a 6.0 magnitude earthquake hit Afghanistan. So these are some of the newest images of the aftermath there. Officials saying the quake happened last night. The amount of people injured still unknown, but officials do expect the death toll sadly to rise. We will update this story throughout the morning on rescue efforts.
And Janice, flooding in Texas is causing issues for drivers over the weekend there. Well, check out this video here from Houston. Drivers were stranded in water. According to Fox News, there were a lot of rescues that happened there. No word on any injuries. But caught on camera, a dramatic rescue at a theme park in Pennsylvania. On Saturday, a young child who wandered away from his parents at Hershey Park was spotted walking by himself along the monorail track, and a stranger jumped in to help. He climbed on top of that roof of a concession stand, then got onto the tracks to rescue that child. The boy was not hurt, but a spokesperson for the park says that the boy somehow entered a secured area for the monorail, and the monorail was not running at the time of that incident. Luckily. Whew.
Look at him up there.
Oh, man.
Oh. Well, who wants to be a billionaire?
Me.
The Powerball jackpot goes up and players are pretty excited about it. We'll talk more about that when we come back. I just love that look right there.
Yes, so beautiful. The sun's coming up.
Tower cam this morning and city lit up. WBRC right there. A major Verizon service outage across the country has now been resolved. At least 22,000 outages were reported Saturday by a website called Down Detector. They track outages. Most users who lost service saw their iPhones display an SOS or SOS only message at the top of the screen. That would be alarming, you know. That's your way of communicating for sure. The San Francisco Chronicle reported that Verizon said the outage was due to a software issue.
Well, the Powerball jackpot has grown to a staggering $1.1 billion, Janice.
Billion?
Billion. This is after no one matched all 6 numbers on Saturday night, and the next drawing is tonight. I hear Megan sighing, and people are sharing what they could do with that huge amount of money.
That's a lot of money. Could change a lot of people's life.
I use it to take, buy a house, take care of my family, build a place for homeless people, get them off the street if I can.
Get a house. I'm like living with my brother right now. Get a house for sure.
Well, I love that for her. And today will be the 5th largest prize in the history of that game.
Some exciting news from UAB. The university says this fall's freshman class, it could be the largest in school history. Official numbers will not be released until October, but roughly 2,500 freshmen are expected to enroll this semester, the most since 2021. They have all those new dorms there and on-campus living.
Yeah, beautiful campus
Yeah,
there.
good time on the south side.
All right, we have state taxes on groceries lowering across the state. What items you can expect to pay less for now? Megan.
It's a beautiful sunrise for Labor Day morning. This is a live look in Jasper. We're going to take you through the day hour by hour with weather coming up every 6 minutes. Don't go anywhere.